Amen. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you. My name is Dr. Clive Campbell. The privilege is mine to host this program and to welcome you wherever you're shining in from. Your beautiful isle. It might be one of the Caribbean islands. It might be United States of America. It might be somewhere from beautiful Canada. It might be from somewhere, who can tell, in Europe, because people are speaking about it. People are talking to friends and families near and far, and rightfully so. So welcome, welcome. Grab a front row seat. Grab something to write. Grab something to sip on, because the doctor will be turning up the heat momentarily. And we are very happy to be here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hearty welcome. We do the disclaimer, the FDA disclaimer. It says these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products discussed is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information is intended for general information purpose only. It is not intended as a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment of disease. Now, some persons may open their microphone and give testimonials, but no one was compensated for giving a testimonial. All testimonials are the opinions of those individuals and may not be the result that everyone gets. Because guess what? Some persons are having some testimonials that you would have to ask if Jesus is here again, walking through our towns as he did when he was here. And he's walking into people's homes. He was walking into hospitals. He's walking to wherever people are gathered, in the clinics, etc. And he's touching people's lives. The truth be told, not everybody have high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, HIV, or some chronic debilitating condition. But some persons are reporting that they are seeing better now. Some persons are reporting that some skin abnormalities have been fixed. Some persons are saying, I'm breathing better, I'm sleeping better. Some people are saying that niggling pain that I had for 4 or 5 years, that knee pain is under control. That back pain, it is gone. And that headache, constant headache, is no more there. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever the status you are in, there's hope for every single one. And we have the product technology. Now, the doctor, good doctor is here. I am putting him on just now. Just wanted some more persons to jump on because I want as many people to get the full 100 of what Dr. Samuels is saying from the beginning. But what we have, no other company, what we have, medical science has not arrived here as yet. What we have, there is no level of research anywhere find on this planet that has suggested that they have anything near to what Dr. Elliott from MoreMito has done. He has cracked the code to restore mitochondria. I don't know if you get the gravity of that statement. That I find it difficult to explain it. Maybe you can do a better job. Crack the code to restore mitochondrial function. This is so massive, so huge, so gargantuan. Hope that's a good word. That I struggle to find any adjectives to describe what we have. What you have to do, you just got to experience it. Just like the Bible, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. You got to taste it and use it to see how you benefit. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a dog somewhere near me, very excited. It's probably somebody chose some restoring his food and he's getting all excited. But I introduce to you the good doctor. Is Dr. Samuels. I call him the comprehensive doctor. And if you have never met him, you try and make sure that you meet him before you graduate from this planet. He's a very charming, handsome, good-looking, intelligent young man. He paid me $500 to say that. But yes, but he's a good man. He's a good man. Dr. Samuels is a good man. He's a good doctor, and he's multi-talented. How talented? He holds a bachelor's degree in psychology. He holds a bachelor's degree in theology. He has a diploma as an electronic technician. You see how the man is spreading it out. He's an accident and emergency physician. So he's in the ER room. You may be in Canada. You may be in Jamaica, some hospital, Maypen, KPH, UA. Somewhere there, he is in the ER room helping someone to get their lives together. He's a massage therapist. He has magic fingers. He's an expert in functional medicine because, among other things, he believes a plant life gives life. And he's a mitochondrial expert. If there is ever a qualified doctor to talk to you about the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, Dr. Samuels qualifies more than many other professionals on this planet. So, ladies and gentlemen, Clive Campbell get out of the way of greatness, introduce to some, and present to others. None other than the erudite and affable, the good up doctor, Dr. Desmond Samuels. Have you made it to the call, please, my friend and brother?
I've been here since 5 minutes to 4 my time.
Good time to be on.
It's a great time to be alive. It's a
Yes,
great time
indeed.
to be here.
Yes,
Hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday. Who went to church today or yesterday? It's like you said, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
yes,
And no matter what the ailment is that you're dealing with, you're at the right place at the right time.
yes.
And we're going to give you some valuable information. Yes, about that paid advertisement, when you go to a grave, to the cemetery and look at a grave, you see sunrise and then you see sunset.
That's right.
But in between that, you see a dash.
Yes.
Yes, so that dash, those two adjectives that you use, we can just rub them out of the four words that you use to describe it. So just it's like I was talking to my 14-year-old a few years ago. At the time, she was only 8. And everybody always say to her, man, you're a splitting image of your dad.
Wow.
And she was like, yep, but I'm just better looking.
Hey, that's what I mean.
So yeah, folks, we are happy to be here. We are excited about what we are learning. And you were saying that in when Bill Clinton was president, Dr. Campbell, when Bill Clinton was president and the genome was discovered, he had a big party at the White House because they were saying, now we are going to fix every sickness.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that
Yes.
era. Yeah. And so they didn't crack the code at that time. But like you were talking about it, Dr. Elliott has definitely done something in the terms of dealing with sicknesses from a cellular level. And that is where medicine is headed. And I believe he is a few years ahead of his time. But medications, whether it be naturopathic or alternative or conventional, that is where medicine is heading, to the point where we're going to be dealing with stuff from a cellular level. And so we are on the cutting edge right now, and I'm excited to be here. You were about to say something?
Yes, the CNN, Fox
Mhm.
News, and a major newspaper will not carry this. The mainstream system would prefer for the world not to know that there's a genius in Dr. Elliott to be able to crack the code, not only, but to put 44 plant nutrients together in the case of Restore and 22 for Rejuvenate, and the others about 17. And what it is able to do is to go straight to the mitochondria based upon XDN and to restore mitochondrial function. How do you describe the magnitude of that cracking of the code?
That's why I call it a medical breakthrough.
Oh,
It is a medical breakthrough because
oh,
basically what he has done, he has almost created another molecule.
look at that. Look at
Yeah.
that. Doc, I leave it in your hands, because your qualifications alone can help to describe the massiveness of what we have. Please take it
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
All right. Hello, folks. Welcome, 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 one and all. As our good Miss Lou would say, from near and far. Today, we're going to give you some information. So I'm going to start off with all of the bad news, and then I'm going to get into the good news. What is the bad news here? My computer needs to start working, and we go 1, 2, 3. Good. Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Samuels. I do emergency room medicine, and I'm also in the process of going after to get my stuff properly so I can do another discipline, which I will let you know about it when I get there. But I think the brothers will be happy because I'm going to be as comprehensive as I am with this when I start in that other area of practice. All right, men, we have been neglected a long, long time, so we're going to fix that. Anyway, that is FYI. This evening, we want to talk to you about the mitochondria, a little organelle, very, very tiny. If you can look at it here, a very, very tiny organelle that is situated in every single cell of the body. And these organelles, ladies, please don't be upset with me. It's going to be all right. Because if the men are happy, if I can get the men happy and stuff, your home will be happy. Remember that. So don't be upset and send me any bad messages here today. All right. So this organelle is what we call the mitochondria. And also, when we isolate it, we find out that this mitochondria has its own DNA. And the unique thing about the DNA of the mitochondria is that it comes directly from the mother and the grandmother. It's got nothing to do with your father, nothing to do with the paternity side of the chromosomes that were given. It's all to do with the maternity side. And so this particular DNA from the mitochondria, it is more powerful than the regular DNA that comes from the nucleus. Why that, we don't know yet, but I'm sure some scientists out there are trying to figure it out and to explain why. But forensic science, especially in crime fighting areas, this is the DNA that they are more interested in now because it gives them a lot more leverage because it is more potent and it is stronger and it is more durable. So the mitochondrial DNA is what they are basically working on now. When we first got to medical school, they told us that most diseases and sicknesses are as a result of low energy. Remember that, low energy. So then our chief researcher, Dr. Bevan Elliott, he states that, or he indicates that what affects the health of the individual the most is the health of the mitochondria. He said that you literally cannot be your healthiest unless your mitochondria is at their best. So if the health of the mitochondria can be improved and you have more mitochondria, yes, mitochondria can actually replicate itself. So you have more mitochondria that are bigger and more energetic, then your overall health can be improved. So get the mitochondria right, get it operating optimally again, and then you will see vast improvement in your health. Traditional medicine is not designed to take care of that. Traditional medicine is designed to take care of symptoms. But what Dr. Bevan Elliott has done as we go through the presentation, you're going to realize how powerful what he has done is. So what is the mitochondria? It is a membrane-bound cell organelle that generates most, if not all, of the energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reaction. So you are, as you look at it, as much as we are we have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of bacteria. We're a bag of bacteria, but all of us are also full of energy that we need. So every time we need some biochemical reaction in order for us to do whatever it is that we're doing, even just to listen, just to hear, just to talk, just to walk, just to wave your hand, just to clap and sing when you go to church. There is a biochemical reaction that is taking place. And so this energy is provided by the mitochondria. So chemical energy produced by the mitochondria, it's stored in what we call ATP. The human body is made of about anywhere between 70 and 73 trillion cells. And all of these cells are powered by mitochondria. Some have one, some have two, some have multiple, like hundreds, some have thousands. But the one good thing about them is that they are all powered by the mitochondria, and each of these cells have different amount of mitochondria. So they have the amount of mitochondria depending on what their duties and responsibilities are. The eye have a whole lot, the heart have a bucket load, and so on. The liver, the lungs, the brains, they have a lot of mitochondria. So what it does that, the mitochondria is what converts fats and carbohydrates into energy And that is why and that energy is called the ATP, which is the cell's currency. Now, being the powerhouse of the cell, it is the main site of ATP production, the amino triphosphate. It plays a vital role in calcium storage. Your body needs calcium, like the heart muscles, they need calcium because that helps them to be more energetic when they are contracting to pump the blood around the body. Not only does the heart need the calcium, but also the arteries that the blood is going to go through. It needs the calcium as well. And so if the mitochondria is not working right, then you can have calcium storage diseases, and you can have problem with other stuff like osteoporosis, and especially when our females reach menopause, then there's an also issue again with the calcium. Now, mitochondria plays a vital role in apoptosis, controls cell death or programs cell death. The cells in our bodies, they're not supposed to live forever. They are supposed to get to a point where they die, and when they die, they are supposed to be replaced by brand new cells. All right, so if that does not happen, then those cells can continue to proliferate and to grow as old cells, and those are the guys they can become cancerous. So they form a tumor. So you can have either a benign tumor or you can have a malignant. So not just because a tumor is benign, that does not mean that it cannot cause problems, because it depends on where it's growing and what it's leaning up against, what it is compressing, then it can also cause problems. But these issues don't happen if the mitochondria is working right, because then it allows the cells to die when they're supposed to die and be replaced by new cells when that is supposed to happen. Then we talk about detoxification of cells. Also, the mitochondria is very, very important in that aspect. So whether it be the liver cells, the kidney cells, or even detoxifying the colon. And so even the regular body cells, when they are being detoxified, because a lot of us, we like our freshwater fish or whatever kind of fish we eat, and a lot of the fish sometimes has mercury in them. But when the mitochondria is operating properly, it allows now for there to be a metal chelator that can get rid of heavy metals out of our cells. It can also work as a cholesterol chelator that can help to remove cholesterol from our arteries. So it does the detoxification, and it, in essence, basically then a human cannot survive without the mitochondria. Again, it is the powerhouse of the cell. Again, also remember that most diseases and sicknesses are as a result of low energy. And so when the mitochondria is operating poorly, you get low energy. Now, so when the mitochondria is low, whether it be from some kind of damage, or whether it just be depletion, whether it be from even medication or whatever, the stressful lifestyle we're living, the dirty water we're drinking, the food that does not have as much nutrients as it's supposed to have, whenever that is happened, then we can have like mitochondrial diseases. We can have also stuff like we can see cardiovascular problem, neurological problem, renal failure, gastrointestinal problem, from the mouth to the anus, 30 feet of tube-like material. Folks, lots of space there for all kind of malignancies and other sicknesses to hide, and then build themselves up, and then they attack you. So these all can happen when the mitochondria is not operating right. We look at pulmonary issues. We can see erectile dysfunction, infertility, vision, you name it, all kind of issues can start happening. So once the mitochondria is low, guess what? This guy, inflammation sets in. And then when inflammation sets in, it comes with all kinds of other issues. So here comes the inflammation. And again, now we're looking at the cardiovascular diseases, the breast cancers, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to deal with about 5 categories here. Just going to mention some stuff that happen when these happen. So in terms of the cardiovascular problems that we can have, we're looking at stuff like hypertension, high blood pressure, which is the silent killer. Folks, we have men, women, everybody A lot of times we don't find out that we have hypertension until we go to the doctor for something else. And then they do a test and realize, hey man, your blood pressure is 140 over 92 or whatever it is, or 150 over 90 odd. So then they're gonna start putting you on blood pressure medication in order to bring that down. The other kind of cardiovascular issue you're looking at is stroke. A lot of folks we are realizing now that a lot of folks are having strokes all over the place. Can be ischemic or it can be hemorrhagic, it depends. We also have arrhythmias where the heart is beating too fast or the heart rate is just out of whack. When you look on the ECG machine, the persons are having um, the ECG is just not normal anymore. We're looking at stuff like atherosclerosis and cardiomyopathy, because when the high blood pressure is there for a long time, you can have an enlarged heart. Now we look at endocrine problem like hyper or hypothyroidism, Graves' diseases, Hashimoto thyroiditis, and all of that. We're looking at stuff like diabetes, PCOS, and goiter. And then we can look at the cancers. We have like persons like breast cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, lymphoma, and leukemia. And then when we talk about mental illness, we're talking about depression, bipolar, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD. And then with the neurodegenerative diseases, we can talk about stuff like Alzheimer's, dementia, Huntington, Parkinson's, and so on and so forth. So basically, folks, what is happening is that we are looking at a lot of issues, all because the mitochondria is not right. Because so when you have low energy, now you have to understand that inflammation is going to set in. And once inflammation sets in, it comes in with two of its other friends. It comes in with free radical damage, and then it comes with oxidative stress. These guys, they are coming to attack you hard. They're coming to attack your systems very, very hard. And that's why we have the asthmas, the diabetes, the Crohn's and colitis, the inflammatory stuff like arthritis and joint pain. So that is what is going on, and that is why we need to be very mindful of what's going on. So these are some of the mitochondrial issues. One of the big things that is happening where mitochondrial issues are concerned is that now, because of hypertension and the high blood pressure, what usually or what can end up happening is that the arteries, which are designed to take the oxygenated blood to your organs and the tissues and so on and so forth, because of the high blood pressure that builds up in them, the epithelium gets damaged. And when that gets damaged, cholesterol comes there now, the so-called lazy LDL, low cholesterol, low hypodensity cholesterol. It comes there now to kind of build it up and to kind of fix what is going on there, fix the damage. But in that process, there is a whole lot of inflammatory process and thing going on. And what happens with that is that there can be a buildup of plaque because the cholesterol now cleaves to the side, of the inside of the artery. And over time, it begins to build up and to build up and to build up. When it gets to 70% occlusion, you are going to have when it gets to 70% occlusion, you're going to have what we call angina, which is chest pain. Then it eventually gets to 80, 85. You have stable or unstable angina. Next thing you know, it gets all the way to 100% occluded. And then that is when you can have a heart attack if it's a muscle that is going, if this vein, artery is feeding the heart muscle. And then you can also have a stroke if this vein is not, blood vessel is actually feeding the brain. So we have to ensure that we are careful and be mindful of what's going on in our bodies. Now, that is a lot of bad news there about all of the stuff that is going on in our bodies. So how do we fix it? How do we repair it? How do we get to the point where we begin to take care that we are not suffering from these adverse effects of the of low energy, which indirectly is an adverse effect of mitochondrial damage, mitochondrial deficit, or the mitochondria operating poorly. How do we do that? We are very happy and excited then that Dr. Bevan Elliott, in his wisdom over 9 years of R&D, research and development, he was able to come up with some products that are able now to repair the mitochondrial damage. And for those who are not experiencing mitochondrial damage, it will actually prevent it. So you can be actually, so in this case, you can be reactive and you can also be proactive. So basically, this is a good thing. So first product that he has on the market is what we call UltraMito Restore. It works from the inside out and it grows mitochondria and to increase cellular energy and to provide your body with the nutritional resources to restore, regenerate, and to repair itself physically and emotionally. Because not only are we dealing with just organs and tissues and so on and so forth, we're dealing with glands as well, as you know, some glands are organs, right? So then we have the second one, which is the UltraMito Rejuvenate, which is our topical gel that works from the outside in. And then it works on specific areas of specific concern. It is highly recommended for anything that affects your hair, your scalp, or your skin, or any place on your body in an unwanted way. It also penetrates deep to affect tendons, ligaments, muscles, and joints that may be experiencing one, discomfort, may be experiencing two, mobility issues, lack of feeling, or poor circulation. So the restore rejuvenate combination here, what we're looking at now, really helps to affect those. This is what the rejuvenate looks like. It comes in a jar like that. This is what the restore look like. It comes in as our liquid formulation. Then we have the third formula, which is the UltraMito Renew. This is for brain and body. Now, Monday for most folks, well, us in North America, not Monday, Tuesday, but for those in Jamaica and so on and so forth, what's Monday? Back to school. So the brain and body actually is very efficacious and effective for those who are dealing with those kind of issues. So this is our new formulation. It is it is called the UltraMito Renew, and it's for the brain and body function. So how does it work? What took him, Dr. Bevan Elliott, 9 years to put together? Folks, it's called the XDS system, the proprietary XDS delivery system. Basically, what does that? When we talk about these products I'm talking to you about, they're not drugs. But when we go to medical school and we go into pharmacology and we talk about drugs, we talk about two things they teach us first. Pharmacodynamic, what the drugs does to your body, what the body does to the drugs. Pharmacokinetic, what the drugs does to your body. So basically, it's all about mechanism of action. How does it work when it gets into your body? That's why when you go get your regular drugs from the pharmacy, they are going to tell you how to take it. You take it with food or without food. You take it first thing in the morning, you take it half an hour this, take it half. There is a reason why you get those instructions, because that is how it's going to work the best. And same thing when you take in nutraceutical, you have to follow the instructions, because if you want to get best results, you have to do that. So the XDS technology then basically works like this. And this is what gives our company a cut above the rest. And this is what makes it so different from the treating symptoms, but going into the cell in order to ensure that you get the maximum efficacy. The XDS technology is like, think about a chain link fence, and you have a bucket of tennis balls. You want to get them all across the other side of the fence, but you don't want to throw them over. You want to get them through the fence. You have to take that bucket there, you got to get them, and you got to use some energy, and you press them, and they go right through the fence with some energy. But then you have the same bucket of sand that you want to get through the same chain link fence. What do? You just throw it against the fence, and all of it just gone to the other side. And that is how potent the XDS technology is. And that is how it works like that. So all these three ingredients that we're going to talk to you about, they all utilize the XDS technology. And so because the cells have lipid bilayer, what happened is that the XDS technology is going to take the ingredients through the lipid bilayer. It doesn't matter whether it's hydrophobic, afraid of water, or hydrophilic, love water. It's going to take them right across the lipid bilayer into the cytoplasm, goes into the cytoplasm, release what needs to be released where, And then it's going to take the superfoods directly to the mitochondria through that lipid bilayer as well. And then the mitochondria is going to get back its mojo. It's going to get healthy again. It's going to be renewed again. It's going to be rejuvenated again. And it's going to start operating like it was 15, 20, 25, 35 years ago. That is the plan, and that is how this technology works. So when we talk about the Restore, it's an adaptogenic formulation. It promotes and stimulates free natural energy from the mitochondria that can simply outlast your longest day. Imagine, no need for that fourth, fifth, sixth cup of coffee, no need for that energy drink, no need for none of that stuff, because now your body is producing natural energy. Think about folks who wants to it stimulates the brain's ability with the vision, the clarity, and the focus to meet your everyday challenge. Folks, talk about getting rid of brain fog. Talk about allowing yourself to remain focused. You have a mission to accomplish. You have a task that you got to deal with. But also now, because of this technology into your system, it allows you to maintain that focus to complete that task. It's a mood enhancer and it's a stress reducer. This is the talking about the Restore, our liquid formulation. It offers cellular detoxification, immune system enhancement with anti-parasitic and anti-pathogenic support, and think about it, body-wide support for your major organ system. Whatever the system is, there's a body-wide support for it. Because what? It is building everything from a cellular level from the inside out. And the most important line you're going to hear me mention today is this last line. It enhances the ability for the body to maintain itself and to manage itself, and to maintain homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Balance, equilibrium. So you see, when these ingredients are taken into the cell, to the cytoplasm, into the mitochondria, and then it re-energizes the mitochondria. What the mitochondria is now going to do is going to start re-energizing the cell. Once the cell gets re-energized, it gets rid of free radical damage, it gets rid of oxidative stress, and it's going to get rid of inflammation. And then when all of that is happening, it's now going to start, you're now going to start feeling and seeing the effects of the reversal of aging. So that is what it is doing, folks. Think about it. So we're not selling you or giving you or talking to you about a product that's going to heal you. We're talking about a product that's going to allow the body to heal itself by bringing the body back into balance, bringing it back into equilibrium, bringing it back into homeostasis. Is it going to happen overnight? Not all the time. But eventually you keep on using it, then you're going to start seeing that. So there's some superfood that's involved in this Restore, and some of the documented benefits are: one, it relieves fatigue; two, it regulates blood sugar; it regulates blood pressure, helps with cardiovascular support, general major organ system support. Great for weight loss, because remember, now the mitochondria is back to normal, and your metabolism is now speed up, stuff is burning as it's supposed to be burned. All of a sudden you start losing healthy weight. All right, you're losing weight again. You're looking at nice healthy hair, healthy skin. In some instances, persons are talking about either the gray has slowed down or actually reversed in some cases. Anti-parasitic, anti-pathogenic stuff, cholesterol improvement. Because remember, folks, one of the reasons we're finding out why you have high cholesterol is that because of so much inflammation in your body, the liver is overproducing cholesterol to deal with the damage that's going to be caused by inflammation. So when we get rid of the inflammation, then the liver does not have to be overproducing again. All right. Immune response, immune support, it actually works wonders. So the benefits of Restore are going to be especially important to those who are experiencing extreme energy deficit, especially from the effects of medication. So all of those who have had to be dealing with viral issues like HIV or even herpes or any of those viral medication. The medication for viral stuff actually is bad for mitochondria. If you have athletes that are striving for extreme performance, or those who occupation require problem-solving abilities, great. For just working moms and dad, or anyone who just want to be as healthy as they can be, just try Restore today to start restoring the energy into the mitochondria, which will restore the energy into the cell, restoring the energy into the tissue, restore the energy of the organ, restore the energy of the system, fight off free radical damage, fight off oxidative stress, fight off inflammation, and help you to experience the reversal of the effects of aging. How do you take the Restore? The Restore comes in a liquid formula, comes with an applicator. You are going to fill it up to where it says 1 milliliter on the applicator. Now, it is recommended that you take 4 milliliters per day, but a loading dose of double or more for the first few days is recommended. You can take it in the morning, take it in the evening, or take it in a single dose. You can split it up. But here is how you take it. Once you get it into your hands, you are going to fill it up to the 1 milliliter mark. And you are going to just tilt your head back a little bit and use the applicator to put it under your tongue, 1 milliliter at a time. So you put the first milliliter, you wait a couple of minutes, and then you allow it to be absorbed sublingually under your tongue. Then you put the second one, then you put the third one or the fourth one, depending on how many you want to put. Do not put more than one under your tongue at any one time, because when you do that, your salivary gland starts to produce a lot of saliva, and then it makes it more difficult for it to be absorbed. It's going to take much longer. So, all right, so that is how you're going to do it. For those who are dealing with issues like you're being on hypertensive medication, you're being on all kind of diabetic medication, renal failure, cardiovascular medication for a long time, I am suggesting that instead of taking 4 milliliters or even 8 per day, you go up to even 12 per day. Take it 3-4 times, split it up, because you want to go hard when you're starting. So you're going to make your loading dose greater. And then after that, then you can go back to your maintenance dose. Folks, these pathogens and stuff that have gotten into your body, the results of oxidative stress, the results of free radical damage, the results of inflammation, you've probably been dealing with them for years. You want to be intentional about getting rid of them. You want to be intentional about the reversal. So you need to be aggressive and intentional about it. How quickly can you see results? Well, depends. Some folks see results same day, and that is the honest truth. Others takes days to weeks. In some instances, more often than not, you are going to you're going to have an experience that your body is being detoxified. For one, you might feel a little bit tired and lethargic for the first couple of days, and then you might also have a slight headache. Sometimes you have both at the same time. Then the third sign that you're being detoxified is that for some folks, you haven't been pooing more than maybe 3-4 times a week, maybe 5. All of a sudden, you realize you're running to the bathroom 4 or 5 times for the day. This is not with watery diarrhea, but because your colon is being detoxified. And that is what is happening. All that crap that has been sitting in your colon for all these years, you're now finding out that you are being detoxified. And so that is what is happening. Now, one of the other things that you might find out is that you may feel a little bit constipated. What you're going to do when that happens is that you're going to increase your water intake. All right? You're going to increase your water intake. If you are like over 40, 50-ish years old and so on, you don't want to have that great constipation, because you can actually damage the lining of your anus, and then you can start having hemorrhoids and all of that. We don't want that to happen. So you can increase your water intake, or you can take something that have some kind of roughage in it, like maybe Metamucil or Restoralox or Dulcolax, just to actually help to soften the stool that has been sitting there for a long time, so that it can be flushed. And there are some nice herbal teas out there that are also good for that. So you want to get rid of all that mess that has been sitting down in your body for a long time. All right, so that is how you want to do that. Now, here are the 44 ingredients that Dr. Campbell spoke about earlier that are actually in this liquid formulation. It is this liquid formulation here is it is designed so that it's going to help with a lot of stuff that is going on in your body. So some of these ingredients that you're looking at here, I'd like you to take a picture of them and then you can actually Google them and look at them. But there's anti-diabetic stuff in. There's anti-hypertensive stuff in here. There's stuff in here that's going to help your cardiovascular system. There's stuff in here that's going to help with those who are having low libido. It's going to help that. All right. So when we look at these stuff in here, it really helps. Persons who are going through mood problems, maybe depression, maybe you're bipolar, maybe you're just depressed because you lost your job, you lost a loved one, things are not going the way you expect them to go, and so on and so forth. Whatever it is that may be causing you to be depressed, there is stuff in here that will help to enhance your mood. And so that is what we're saying here. I mean, those of you who may be taking statin helps to destroy your CoQ10. There's CoQ10 restore your CoQ10 stuff here. All right. So this particular formulation here it's lipid soluble or oil soluble. So basically, anything that has to do with lipid solubility to pass, to cross over barriers, to cross over anything here, this makes it easy for that to happen because this is actually lipid soluble. All right. Read up on these and see how efficacious they are and how much has been put into this in order for you to enjoy the effects of this particular formulation. Then we talk about the UltraMito Rejuvenate. Now, the Rejuvenate is our topical gel, works from the inside out. Again, anything that itches, anything that scratches, anything that breaks out, anything that irritates, any kind of pain and discomfort, random bumps, breaks out, fine lines and wrinkles, any kind of cut, burn, even sunburn and sun damage. It can help to restore and it can help to rejuvenate and it can help you to get back. Yeah, any kind of insect bite, dandruff, any kind of other scalp issues. A lot of persons are having like fungi and all of that. It helps with that. Men who don't want to shave a lot often just because they get a lot of razor bump, it also helps with that. You'll give me 1 second here, please. 1 quick second. Wow, sorry about that, folks. I just noticed something that I had to attend. So when it comes to the Rejuvenate, this is what happens. It is going to help with all of these skin issues that are like really, really unwanted that you need to get rid of. Now, persons are using this as a natural deodorant. And FYI, when you go to the store to buy your deodorant and so on and so forth, make sure that you're reading the labels, because if it says it has aluminum in it, it is actually carcinogenic and you can get lymphoma from that. Persons are using it as a natural hair styling product to help fix damaged ends and so on and so forth. So it helps to repair that. A lot of the testimonials that we are getting from this particular is about foot care. Persons have like stuff with diabetic, we call it peripheral neuropathy, stuff that are happening to you because of diabetes. You might have damaged nerves and you're waking up with pain. Sometimes you can't even stand on your feet with all the needling and everything that is happening. Persons are applying this gel to their feet 3, 4, 5 times a day and are getting great result. Persons with sore and tired eyes. The other thing that is happening also is that folks who are suffering from sinusitis, they are getting great results by just taking a Q-tip, put it up, rub it, put it up in their nostril and massage it nicely. May sound disgusting and stuff, but a lot of they are finding out that there's overnight there's stuff that is running out on their pillow that is just coming from their sinuses. So this is helping persons with sinus infections. So if you want to, if you're one of them persons that's looking to have a fresher, younger looking skin, it works. If you're looking for a natural alternative to medication for pain and discomfort, Rejuvenate. If you want sharp vision, and to get quick relief from eye strain and stuff, first, just rejuvenate it. Now, do you want to pursue a more vigorous athletic workout? Rejuvenate it. I'm heading down to Jamaica. And when I get there, I have to go, and even if I have to give them my own product, to St. Elizabeth Technical High School. That's my alma mater. And I'm going to introduce it to my track and field coach, because it's about time we win boys champs. Those in Jamaica will know what I'm talking about. If you want to pursue a more vigorous athletic workout, this is good. And folks, you don't need to worry if you have persons who are pursuing athletic stuff about banned substance. It's all natural, 99.99% natural. You know what that means? Water, none of that, no banned substance in it. So if you want to be just as healthy as you can possibly be, with less emotional stress and physical discomfort, the Rejuvenate works 10 times out of 10. So how do you take it? We recommend that you order both Restore, Rejuvenate at the same time. When you get the Rejuvenate and the Restore, you take a milliliter of the Rejuvenate, of the Restore, and you just squirt it in the bottle, the jar with the Rejuvenate, shake it up, let it become one, and then you're going to thoroughly massage it into and around the affected area. Reapply multiple times per day. And even after the discomfort is gone, we want you to continue to use it for a more complete recovery. So persons are even reporting to me that a lot of the ladies is that they don't use those placenta-based foundation stuff anymore, because this Restore Rejuvenate gives them an awesome glow, youthful look on their face. So instead of using all those CoverGirl and whatever you call them, they are putting on this thing in the morning, and then when they go to work after lunch, they will probably put on another portion, and they are looking really, really, really good. The glow is there, and others are actually seeing it. So for some instances, like with the moles, the warts, the skin tags, and so on, those are going to take longer. But we do have reports of, some people have those moles in their faces and they have those warts, and some of them have skin tags. They actually fall off by using this stuff. So folks who have, so for the more complex things, especially dealing with medication, it's going to take a little bit longer. But you got to be patient, you got to be intentional, and you got to just continue using it. These are the 22 products in the Rejuvenate, folks. These are the 22 products. Again, you can take pictures of them, you can look at them, and then you can actually see for yourself these products. If you notice any preservatives, don't worry about it. It's not the chemical preservative. It's the natural plant-based preservative that type that is in here. It's not the chemical one. All right. So don't be worried about that. Now let's talk about the brain and body for a little bit. The UltraMito Brain and Body will take your mental and physical performance to another level. It was created by Dr. Bevan Elliott to work in concert with the Restore and the Rejuvenate to give you the to give you the power to be your best from the cell up. Folks, hear this. The Restore we talk about it is lipid soluble or fat soluble. So anything that needs to be fixed that is directly related to a fat soluble formulation that needs to be done, the Restore takes care of that. Now, any area, any aspect that needs to be dealt with from a water soluble perspective, the brain and body takes care of that, because this is hydrophilic, meaning that it loves water. This is our water soluble formulation. Can you imagine? We have now covered the entire scope. Body is about between 60 and 65% water. So now we have all of that covered. And then whatever lipids and all of that stuff, we have all of that covered. So the lipid solubility is covered, the water solubility is covered, and then now we have the rejuvenate, which is going to deal from the outside in. So let me ask you some questions here. Is your vision as good as it used to be? Do you have less strength and stamina than you did when you were younger? Can you remember things as well as you once did? Is your mind as sharp as it used to be? Has it become more difficult to maintain your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your proper weight, your eyesight? Is your immune system as strong as it once was? Let's talk about bouncing back. Do you bounce back from injury or illnesses as quickly as you once did? Or now when you have the regular flu, instead of 3, 4, 5 days, you're now going to weeks before you get rid of it? Is everything taking longer to bounce back than before? If your answer is yes to any of those questions, you need to get these 3 formulations. You need to get the restore, you need to get the rejuvenate, and you need to get the renew. You need to get this technology into your body so that it gets to the mitochondria, restore the power, the strength of the mitochondria, so that now the mitochondria can start energizing the cell again and to restore energy to your body. So now the brain and body adds another dimension of mitochondrial strategy, of the MoreMito mitochondrial strategy for your health, wellness, and personal empowerment. It brings this water-soluble ingredient, which adds an additional effect in the growth of the mitochondria. This complements and extends the benefits of the oil-soluble ingredients in Restore, as I was trying to mention, to explain earlier. So now, Restore, lipid-soluble. Renew, water-soluble. Those are the only 2. So they are both covered now. And then we cover you from the inside out. Now, talk about cause and effect. Folks, we are here helping you to solve one problem. And then this one problem is going to fix a lot of stuff. For those of us who go to church, remember what happened with the guy that got the 1 talent? Instead of utilizing it, he went and hid it. Now, this one thing that we're helping you to fix is we are helping you to fix the mitochondrial problem. As Dr. Bevan Elliott said, what affects your health the most is the health of the mitochondria. So we are fixing that mitochondrial problem by getting these stuff in your body. And so once the mitochondria gets going again, you are good to go. Your body is now going to start repairing itself. So, cause and effect. What did we say in the beginning of the presentation? The majority of diseases, sicknesses are as a result of low energy. The mitochondria is the source of energy for your cells. So now we are going to re-energize the mitochondria. Once the mitochondria is now re-energized, the cells are going to start getting re-energized, and so on and so forth. And now you're going to start seeing the reversal of the effects of inflammation, the reversal of the effects of oxidative stress, the reversal of the effects of free radical damage, and the reversal of the effects of aging. So once all of that start happening, we start getting rid of chronic pain and chronic diseases because the body is now healing itself from the inside out. How do you get started? How do you get this great technology, this XTS delivery system that's going to deliver these ingredients to the mitochondria that's going to help it to go back to what it used to be? You're going to get back to the person that invited you to this presentation. They are going to send you their personal website. You're going to sign up as a referring customer. That's a free sign up. You don't need to pay nothing for that. Once you sign up as a referring customer, then you can, at your leisure, at your timing, decide when you want to purchase any of the stuff that we are offering to you here. So what you're going to get, they're going to send you a website that looks like this. It's going to say http://moremito.com/ and their nickname. And so once they send that to you, you're going to click on it, and then you're going to fill in your information. And once you do that, you're going to have your website that looks just like this. That is your back office. Then when you get ready to purchase, you're going to go to where it says shop MoreMito, and you're going to shop for People's Health Program. What's going to happen when you do that? You're going to see this gentleman, he's going to pop up. That is Dr. Bevan Elliott. He is our chief formulator and research scientist. And then before you move on, I want you to just scroll down below him, and then you're going to get a whole bunch of testimonials. Imagine persons were on like 18 medication, and then they cut down to like 4 or 5 in months. Somebody lost over 77 pounds in 3 months. Blood pressure was dangerously high. In medicine, we can say they were either emergent, it was maybe hypertensive urgency, or hypertensive emergency. That's how we refer to them. Persons had feet that ache, that doctors were getting ready to take them off. Because there are some feet that we go after. We go after a dead foot, we go after a dangerous foot, and we take off a damn nuisance feet. The 3Ds, those are the kind of feet that we amputate when you get to the theater. Persons are in their aging and higher up in age, and they are finding out now that things are going well. So go through these testimonials for yourself. These are real testimonials from real persons, not actors. Then now you're going to go to where it says buy now. And then you go to buy now, you click on that. Now, when it says buy now, you can see you can buy a bundle. When you buy bundle, do not buy these things individually. It's going to cost you more. So when you buy bundles, so what it says here, the standard bundles, they're for about $200 US, but you get it for $150. So there's a saving right off the bat of $50 American. So the standard bundle, we have about 6 of them. So let's talk about standard bundle number 1. That bundle comes with 1 restore and 2 rejuvenate. So normally, so you're gonna get that. So you get the 1 restore, which is the liquid formulation, and you get the 2 rejuvenate, and that's how that's the standard bundle number 1. For those who are looking to make a business out of this and want to help as many people as you can, who you know in sicknesses and all of that, you get bundle number 2. So you're gonna get the restore, you're gonna get 1 jar, 1 jar of the rejuvenate, and then now you are going to get 12 mini jars of the rejuvenate. Those mini jars are for you to hand out, give away as samples for persons that you know have aches and pains. Once they use it, because there's a great compensation plan and a business side to this thing, that you can actually make a decent living from it by helping others to help themselves and to help others. So there you go, do that. Now, for those who know a lot of people and are not in any aches and pain, but you want to just help more people as you go along, then you get this bundle. So instead of getting 12 mini jars, you get 24. So the more you have, so that's the more you have to hand out to prospective customers. All right. And so if you also love your dog or your cat or whatever animal that you have, what you can do, you can get bundle number 4. So that comes with a pet life, and it comes with the instructions of how you add it to their water and give it to them. We have some crazy testimonies from persons who have pets who they have given this stuff to, and it's like some of the pets have actually come back from the dead. Now, the brain and body bundle. Now, the brain and body, just so you understand, it's just about a month old. So that is why it's not a part of the first set of the standard bundles, but it comes in its own bundle. So the brain and body bundle also here. Oh, I didn't give you the price of these things. So the prices are like for 160. Same thing for the standard bundles and all of that. So, and if you go on what we call auto ship, where you allow the company to ship it to you every month, then that will also give you an extra $10 discount. That's why you get it for 150. So with the brain and body bundle, you get a restore, you get a renew, and a rejuvenate. And you get all of that for the same great price. All right. Or you can go and you can get bundle number 2, where you can get 2. You get 1 restore, 1 renew, and you can get the 12 jars in order for you to do your marketing. Let me scroll down to what we call the super bundle. Now, the reason I want to talk about the super bundle here, if you have really, really chronic stuff that you're dealing with and you're really serious about getting healthy, I would say get the super bundle. It's for $235. The first restore, you are going to go hard with it. You're going to go 12 milliliters per day, even up to 60. Just go hard. It's going to last you about 2 weeks, but who cares? This is about getting yourself healthy. It's about knocking out the free radical damage. It's about knocking out the inflammation. It's about knocking out the oxidative stress. It's about getting the mitochondria back in a faster, in a quicker time frame, so that now your body now has the tools it need in a faster period of time to fight against what is fighting against you. So I would go hard with the first bottle of Restore and then go on the maintenance dose with the second bottle after that. So just to show you here, these are the individual prices. The Restore by itself is 110, the Rejuvenate is 60. The mini jars of 12, those are also 60. The Pet Life is $60. And the UltraMito Brain and Body Performance is $60. So if you buy them individually, that's what they'll cost. Now, for those who are interested in getting nutritional counseling from a certified nutritionist, then you can actually pay $30, and that will give you a counseling session with Dr. Dan. All right, so that's what he looks like. He's a certified guy, and he's just here to give you nutritional counseling one-on-one. Now you can ask any questions, discuss whatever you need to discuss without having to do it in a public forum, and so on and so forth. So folks, I hope I was able to deliver to you the information that you so desire so that you can make an informed decision about your health. For that, we want to say thank you for your time, and then go back to the person that invite you, and so we can get you going. Dr. Campbell, are you ready?
Oh, live and direct, sir. Thank you, Dr. Desmond Samuels. Ladies and gentlemen, I see somebody raising their hand already, Lady Mother. You will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that this may be one of the most comprehensive presentations you may have heard in a long time. Dr. Samuels is a man engulfed by the information on MoreMito products, and in particular, the mighty mitochondria. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that part of the cell that the system has not taught us about. They have not educated us about the mitochondria. But here comes Dr. Bevan Elliott, along with the MoreMito family, three wise men, to teach us the things that we need to know how to care for the body. Care for your mitochondria, and your mitochondria will care for you. We now have the technology for you to do that. Our generation is the first generation to be able to benefit from a 3-year-old product on the market that we don't have to struggle, suffer from, and die prematurely from the things our parents and foreparents and siblings and broader family died from. You can bounce back big. No matter the quality of life and health that you have, it can improve with improved mitochondrial function. That is the narrative. Improve your mitochondria, and the quality of your life and health will improve. And Dr. Samuels, thank you, sir, for reinforcing that times 10,000. And even a child listening to this presentation would have a great appreciation for it, for the simplicity with which, sir, you have presented it, Dr. Samuels, and we thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Samuels will take a little break because he's going to just sip on his favorite beverage at home, and he's going to return soon along with Lady Marva Lindsay to allow for questions and answers. That Anna Wisdom, she's wise enough to be the first person to raise her hand, and soon Lady Marva will direct her and tell her when to do that. But just for those persons who are asking, where did this company come from? Where was this product all along? Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the three wise men for bringing this product to market. I call them three wise men. CEO, Mr. Roger Hill, he worked for NASA, the space program in the United States of America, until one day he was seconded away by the Pentagon. Pentagon says, a man of your genius, a man that knows mathematics, a man with such beautiful solutions need to come and give advice to the presidents of this nation and the top hierarchy of the American government. And he worked there for more than 20 odd years. He had issues with his health, I believe it was diabetes, etc. And he turned to the love of his life. Plant life gives life. And being in the position that he's in, he knew most of the scientists of ilk and worth in America. And he chose to work with Dr. Bevan Elliott. What a choice. Because Dr. Elliott, who is the research and development person, made a prayer to the Lord. Lord, help me and us to make a product to help people to die of old age and not to die from disease. You see, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Elliott is from a part of the family just like you and I, that he sees close family members with cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, liver cancer, pancreatic cancer, etc. He might have seen persons with neurological psychiatric conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, schizophrenia, MS. People suffer from anxiety and depression and stress. And you might have seen people with liver damage and kidney damage and heart issues, and the list goes on. And he said, Lord, I've seen people suffer so much. Help us to allow people to die of old age and not to die from disease. So he went to university, studied, got his PhD, his MS, his MSc in things like chemistry and physics. Well-trained, brilliant Einstein-type mind. And he studied nanotechnology, which means a millionth part, small things. And he came back to the Lord, all his accolades, sat at the feet of Jesus. So Jesus, see my scientific qualifications here. Now teach me to make a product to help people to die of old age and not from disease. And he said, and Jesus said to me, use these ingredients in these quantities. Jesus showed him how to target the mitochondria. And Jesus showed him how to go smaller than nanotechnology. And God taught him exponential delivery system. That is why we have what we have today, that the world has never had, a product technology that is able to go sublingually under the blood, under the tongue, into the blood, to the cell, past the lipid bilayer of the cell, into the cytoplasm, find the mitochondria, give to the mitochondria the portion of the 44 nutrients, a portion to the mitochondria, and allow the mitochondria to regrow, revive, rebuild, resuscitate, replace worn out, dead, dysfunctional mitochondria with new ones, like when you were a teenager or younger. Can you imagine your body going back to the place before the disease hit you and messed up your life? Would you like to go back to that place that you can reverse, recover, and restore? And the good news is that this product works 100% of the time for 110% of the people, if you understand what I'm saying to you. Now, we also want to thank Mr. Dale Bonet as our president for being a part of the three men inviting you and I on this call to take charge of and responsibility to take this amazing information to friends, to family, people in your community, in your city, in your country and continent, that we may play our part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. Be kind to mankind, because we're in a race to rescue the human race. So as I get out of the way, I ask Lady Marva, who's going to give you final instructions in terms of how to conduct yourself in this particular portion of question and answers. And you might find some persons who may want to share some testimonies or give updates on testimonies. So, Lady Marva, please take it away.
Yes, sir. Hi, good evening, everybody. Marva Lindsay, and I'm going to help you here to get to speak to the doctor. So you can raise your digital hand like Anna is doing by pressing your reaction button, and it will give you the option to raise your hand. So you can do that. I'm only can see you. I can see you sometimes that your mic is open, but please do not do that. Just raise your hand because sometimes your background noise interrupts the doctor when he's speaking to one of your colleagues here. So we're asking you just to conduct yourself that way. You can leave a message in the chat also, but I prefer if you raise your hands. I get you faster. Okay, go ahead, please. Anna, you've waited long enough. Thank you so much.
Blessed Lord's Day evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Where do I start?
The
Okay, I
beginning.
have myriad problems, myriad systems in my body. Sinusitis since 75, asthma 93, osteoarthritis since 95, and the list goes on. Mitral valve stenosis. Understand you have it when you only get that when you're a child. I thank my nephew for forcing me tooth and nail on this platform. I am now on the third bottle. I want to know about how many bottles do you think I have to use before I really start getting some help?
All right, so the third bottle, which means you're approaching your third month, right?
Yes.
All right, so the thing with nutraceuticals and this particular product that we're dealing with here, it varies. For different folks, they get different results at the same time. Now, based on what you have said, you have a lot of stuff that you are dealing with. So in that sense, there is I'm sure if you take an inspection and investigation of your health, even over the last 2.5 months, you would have recognized that there are subtle changes in different areas. So the way this product technology works is that it helps the body to get back into equilibrium, and then the body starts repairing what needs to be repaired as it prioritizes them. So it is not the product that is going to be healing you, but your body is going to start healing itself because that's what it was designed to do. And so that is where now you have. So let me ask you. So when you've been taking it, how do you take the Restorer?
Is that the bottle?
Yes, the liquid one. Yeah. How do you take it?
Well, the first bottle, I don't think I was taking it properly, but my nephew with Delroy explained. So when I got the second bottle, I started to do 4 milliliters per day.
Okay.
And I
Under your
use the
tongue.
ointment.
You're not drinking it, right?
No, that's what I was doing. Well, the first bottle, but when he explained to me, no, I started doing it the right way. So I'm getting that. I've got that.
Yeah. So you do
So I
1 milliliter at a time.
1 milliliter per, yes.
Right. So you don't do 2 and 3 at the same time. Perfect.
No.
All right.
And I also got a bottle of the tablets. I've been using it. And I use the ointment. Well, I wonder if I'm using that too much because one bottle is just serving me like 2 weeks. Because I
All right.
use it.
So what are you
everywhere.
using it for?
You mean the ointment?
Yeah.
Everywhere. I use it for the pain because the rheumatoid and the osteoarthritis really bad. So I use it on the joints. I use it all over my face. Because they say I have cataract and
all right. So if you're going to use it for your face, for your eye, I don't want you to rub it all over your face. I want you to rub it at particular areas.
Okay.
All right. So you see, when you put your 2 fingers at the side of your head, right where the eye is, right there. Yes, you want to put it there. And you want to, if you're not afraid of the sting, you want to just, if you're afraid of the sting, just close your eyes and massage your eyelids. Your eyelids, that's the thinnest skin on your body. So you want to massage there with it. or if you want to put it directly on your eyelid, then it also works.
Okay.
So don't rub it all over. If you're not looking to get what we call to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles and all of that stuff, no, just use it on your eyes like that. The other, yes, so that is how you want to do that. So right at the side there, they call that the temple or something like that. You want to massage it there, and then you want to put it on your eyelids and so on and so forth. So that it will, so you want to work it for what you want it to work for.
Okay.
Because right there you have the nerves and you have the muscles that controls the eye and so on and so forth. So that is how you want to do that right there. The Renew, you want to take 1 tablet twice a day. And the last one, don't take it after 5 p.m. because you might not be able to sleep.
Okay, because I was taking the tablets once per day in the morning. So you're saying it's 1 in the morning and
Yes.
1 before 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, thank
That
you.
one is 1 twice per day for that.
Okay, so that
So
I
now,
was doing.
yeah. So now that you're gonna start doing it like this, so now just watch your body for the different positive effects that you're gonna start seeing, and so on and so forth. And the 4 milliliters per day for you, based on everything that how young are you?
75.
You need to take more than 4 milliliters a day to kind of start getting rid of some of that inflammation. It will do it over time. It's just gonna take longer, but we needed to have done. We do like 8 to 10 milliliters a day.
Okay, and it's 1 milliliter per dose.
Yes, so you're going to do 1 milliliter, you hold it under your tongue for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And then when that is gone, then you can do a second one. And then just whatever little saliva build up in your mouth before you swallow, just swish it around like you're doing mouthwash. Just swish it, and then more will be absorbed like that as well.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome.
Very kind.
Okay.
God
Thank you,
bless
Miss Anna, and thank you for your patience. God bless you too. And I use a lot of the cream too. I use at least 4 for the month.
Yeah, it doesn't last long, but it is really efficacious. It is really good.
It's good for me, so I use it. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Anna. And we have Queen Ursi. You can unlock your mic, please. There you go.
Hello and good evening, all.
Good evening.
My question, is there a correlation between stem cell and mitochondria, doctor? And if,
Go ahead.
and if so, which is better to deal with, the mitochondria or the stem cell?
So when you say stem cell, what's the last word?
Stem cell.
No, the last word in stem cell.
Was the
Cell.
last one? Huh?
Cell, right? Cell, right? Stem.
Yeah.
All right. So what does every cell need in order to operate properly?
Well, I know the mitochondria should be better to work because it will boost the cell.
Amen. You answer your own question.
Well, I was
Every cell.
asking for somebody who was asking me, and I said I'll have to ask because I'm not sure, but I had the answer, what I just said.
Exactly. Because every cell needs mitochondria. So even stem cells have mitochondria and they need them to be operating optimally. So yes, the mitochondria will help everything else.
I see. So if you're on mitochondria, you don't have to take any other stuff, so you're working on stem cell.
No. This goes beyond that, especially with the XDA.
Okay. Thanks for that.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much, Queen Ursi. What age can take these products?
All right, so it depends on what they are dealing with. If you have a child with eczema and all of that kind of stuff, yes, you can actually use it on their skin, eczema, psoriasis, all of those skin issues that they're dealing with, they can take that. I'd rather you do the rejuvenate for the early ages and then restore later on. There is no contraindication basically, but I just want to err on the side of caution. The rejuvenate, I think it's okay to use it on the outside. Now, if you find when the child gets to 2 years old, now we can start giving them the restore in my professional advice.
Okay, thank you. How to use for someone with a UTI infection?
Is it okay? So The person with the UTI, are they on amoxicillin? Are they on any kind of antibiotic? Or are they going to be trying to use this to clean up the UTI? So
No
the thing
idea.
with yes, if the thing with UTIs, especially for females, you guys have to understand that your urethra is actually shorter than that of the male. So, couple of things. You should not wipe from back to front when you poo. You need to wipe from front to back because you don't want to get any poo into your vagina area there. The other thing for females also who sometimes having constant UTIs all the time, it could be the fact that when you have sex, you don't hurry up and go pee. Because after sex, you need to go pee just in case there's a bacteria or something going on there. You can pee it out before it start going up because that is how you end up getting those kind of UTIs. It's usually just a bacterial infection there. And then some of you, when your man comes in, especially if he was out at work all day and all of that kind of stuff, and want to have like some sex with you, make sure him bathe and clean up himself first, because especially if he's not circumcised, from all of that stuff from the urine under the foreskin and all of that nasty stuff can actually give you a UTI. So you need to make sure that no matter how horny he is and horny you are, make sure he gets cleaned up before you go ahead and do anything, because then you can be prone to having a UTI.
And there's no medication.
There's no medication? Okay, so
Yes.
so this person, so the UTI here now is that I prefer they get a medication for it because it actually works quicker. However, if they choose to use this, then it's just the rejuvenate restore combination that they are going to apply to the you're gonna apply to the urethra right there where it comes out, and hopefully it goes up in time to fix it. But if not, I'd rather they just get the medication and deal with it and just use preventative maintenance with this going forward.
Okay. Great. Thank you, doctor. Can this reverse juvenile diabetes?
As long as the pancreas is in and is not thrown away, I believe it can. It will take time, but I believe it definitely can. So as long as the pancreas is in there, there's some of those beta cells and stuff that are just sitting down there dormant. I believe that they can be I believe that they can get some life back into it. I do believe that this has the potential and the ability to do that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody else that have a comment or raising a hand? Oh, okay. I put your hand down because I thought your hand didn't go down, Queen. Sorry about that. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you again. Doc, I have an interesting question. I heard you talk about peeing after sex and whatever. Some time ago, I heard somebody say, if you pee after sex, you pee out the semen or the sperm, and you cannot get pregnant. Is that true?
Foolishness.
That's sweet, you, eh?
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Wow.
Because it's two different orifices, it's two different areas that it's gonna go, right? The pee comes from that area right there, and the sperm goes into another area. So the two does not cross path.
I see.
So you need to pee just in case there's a bacteria sitting down there that is trying to move up. Yeah, you need to pee to get rid of it, to pee it out.
That's how ignorant we were in those days gone by. We think of all kind of foolishness. One person said that a long time ago, that you don't pee because you will not get pregnant. And since you want to get pregnant, you just keep your pee.
Yeah, and then deal with the pain and all of that kind of stuff that comes with a UTI.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, doctor, you have such good bedside manner. Listen to how she's behaving. Does this work on varicose veins?
Yes, it does. Absolutely does. So what causes V veins again? So what happens is that these veins, so when the heart pumps the blood and it's carried, these veins are what takes the blood back to the heart. And so they have some valves in them, and over time they can get weak. And so once you start applying this to them, it can strengthen them again, and it can reduce the size of those veins, because when the blood goes up in these valves, they are supposed to shut. But what happens over time, the valves get weak and they just remain open. So that's what causes the varicose veins. So this will actually help to strengthen those valves. So yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Um, oh, Allison. If you don't, you're lucky I could see I could see that your mic is open. Normally I don't see you. You gotta raise hands. But you can go ahead and speak since you're open already. Allison, is this an error or you want to speak?
I think it's
Okay.
an error.
Okay. All right. Thank
The
you.
person is asking about darkness in the skin. So if the darkness is as a result of a problem or an anomaly, yes, it will help you to get back your color.
Okay.
Even persons with vitiligo, they are also seeing results from it as well.
Okay. I got everything in the chat. Okay.
Yes, if you were here for the presentation, we talk about skin tags. Persons have had skin tags falling off, but it takes a little bit more time than the normal, but you just got to keep doing 3, 4, 5 times a day. And eventually that skin tag will go, yes.
Okay. Doctor, as a child, I was very active, number bad. Anyway, I have 3 big sore marks on my left leg. And I noticed the other day, the one in the middle is almost gone. If I didn't know it was there, I wouldn't have noticed
Exactly.
anything. Yeah. So
And a
it's
lot of
really
us who,
working.
yeah, it works for that. That's why I say for all the skin tags, for some persons who have moles and warts and all of that, it does get rid of them over time.
Hmm. I'm happy about that. Whoa. Okay. I see it. Something has came in the chat. Let me see what it is. Okay. Okay. What causes skin tags?
Skin tags, it's just some skin, what you call them, anomalies. There is actually really no rhyme or reason to it. Some of these things just happen over time because of weakness in one area of the skin, or just some stuff to do with the genetics sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Will the product help hyperpigmentation?
Yeah, I just said it. A person with vitiligo, it can actually help. It's gonna bring your skin back to what it is supposed to be. So what's causing the hypopigmentation now? So especially for those of us who have a darker complexion, under our skin we have some melanin pumps, and sometimes those pumps break down and stop working. So that's why they're not pumping out any melanin. So that is why you get those light spots. Persons usually call them what they call them, beauty spots or age spots or something like that.
Okay. Thank you. I'm wondering what's going on. Why isn't anybody raising their hand?
Well, it depends on what is causing the dizziness. So we have to go and deal with the root cause first. So if you're being dizzy because because you're anemic, then we need to deal with that. If it's because of some neurological issue, we need to find out for sure, and then we can deal with that going forward. But this product is not a product that is basically dealing with symptoms. We want to deal with root cause. So we find out what is caused. If it's anemia that's causing the dizziness, then we know that you need to double up, triple up on your and the amount of restore that you take and so on and so forth. And then sometimes we need to find out what's causing the anemia. Are you having how heavy are your periods? Because if your periods are extremely heavy, then that can also cause anemia, which can lead to dizziness. So yeah, so when your iron is low, that can cause you to become dizzy a lot. So we need to find out exactly what's going on.
Great, thank you. Okay, there are 2 others. If you're on medication for diabetes, how do you go about taking your products? Are you supposed to stop taking the diabetes medication? No.
Don't stop taking your diabetes medication. You want to take it with your diabetes medication. So you're going to take your medication, you're going to take this product. What you're going to have to start doing once you're doing that, then now you're going to have to start monitoring your blood sugars. And so you start monitoring your blood sugar, you start monitoring your blood pressure. And once See, folks, once you get the blood pressure and the blood sugar problem going, the other problem that you got to start looking at now is your lipids. So, because normally when they give you medication for blood pressure and they give you medication for diabetes, usually we're going to give you also a COX-1, COX-2 inhibitor, which is the 81 milligram aspirin, and we are also going to give you a statin. All right. And so we want you to start monitoring those closely. Now, the other thing you want to start doing is monitoring how you feel, because remember that a lot that inside the restore and the rejuvenate, especially some of the ingredients are anti-diabetic and they are anti-hypertensive. So you want to monitor how you feel. So if you're taking them and you feel lightheaded and you feel sick and you feel like you want to vomit and stuff, you want to go see your doctor, and then he's going to check your blood pressure and he's going to check your blood sugar, and 9 out of 10 times he's going to reduce the amount of the blood pressure, blood sugar medication that you're taking. And then another couple of months you go back, and then he'll probably tell you you need to come off of them because they're lowering your blood pressure too much. All right. So that is what you have to start doing. So once you start taking these stuff, you know, have to start monitoring to see how you can be weaned off them over time. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sherlock. You can open your microphone now, please. Sherlock?
Thanks. Yes,
You're
can you hear
welcome.
me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Good evening, Mama. Good evening, Dr.
Good
Samuels.
evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, I have just detected something that I think is a solution that I had been struggling with, but it's so subtle that I didn't even realize that something is happening. Many years ago, about 2012, I saw a physician, a naturopathic physician, and she gave me some intravenous. I was dealing with some issues having to do with some what's the name of the word? There's a word. Oh my goodness. I just said the word today, but I was having some issues, and they put some fluids in my vein. It was for 3 weeks.
Was it vitamin C?
It was a intravenous. It was a thing in the what's called the damn thing.
All right, you don't. It will come back to you when you're not.
Yeah.
Thinking about
Anyway,
it.
the reason why they did that is because when I was in graduate school in Cambridge at Harvard University, I was told that my sharpness, my intellectual sharpness, would not be as sharp as when I was in school, and I overheard the doctor telling my ex-wife that it was meant for my hearing, but I heard it and I made a register of that. Oh man, the name of the word. Anyway, so recently I started to take the Renew. So I'm now taking Renew, and I'm using the Restore and the Rejuvenate very, very vigorously. And all of a sudden, this past week, I noticed that my appetite for reading, that I never seem to have had the energy for reading, but I'm seeming more sensible again. I'm feeling more. I hate to say, I don't want to say too fast, but I think I'm actually benefiting from the system of the Renew and the Restore and the Rejuvenate. Yeah. And I was wondering if you had any thoughts as to.
Well, the primary focus of the Renew, as you can see in the name, brain and body.
Mm-hmm.
So brain fog is a terrible thing, horrible. It can actually throw you into depression. So it is what the Renew is doing. It is actually helping you now to maintain focus by getting rid of the brain fog, and so on and so forth. So that is what you're experiencing.
Huh. Yeah, because I'm feeling more energetic and I'm feeling more inclined to read. I've been wanting to read many of my books, but I didn't seem to have energy. But right now, I'm effortlessly, even up to late last night, I was reading. I mean, I'm surprised at myself. So I think something is definitely going on, and I think I just want to say that that is definitely the case. That I'm feeling more intelligent than I was several weeks ago, if I can say so.
What kind of books you like to read?
Spiritual books, philosophy. I'm a philosopher, so I
Oh, you're
read
a
books.
philosopher. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not as medical like you. I'm so impressed by your knowledge.
No, it's a daily
Yeah.
grind. It's a daily thing. But I know we don't do that on this platform, but I have an author, a brand new author that I'd like to promote. She got a book called They Were Here Before. Anybody can go on Amazon and look for it. She's a very
Who's the author? Who's the author?
no, just look for the book. They Were Here Before. I can't give the name of the author.
They were here before.
They were here before, yeah.
Mm.
She's got about
That's
4 or 5 books on there, so just go to Amazon and all of them. And yeah, she's a up and coming author, and
Mhm.
I'd like to promote her work.
Okay, they were here before. Okay.
They Were Here Before, yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
scary, is it?
No, it's nothing scary. It's a very good read.
Okay.
I read it in
Okay.
one day.
They were
Okay.
here before. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. There's something in the chat I saw earlier. Let me see.
They can all be used during pregnancy. We have no contraindications so far.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So there is
For persons with low
different-
iron, yes, they can be used with the low iron. Again, could you just mute Sherlock for a little bit there? So again, the persons with the low iron, it depends on the type of case. So they have iron deficiency, anemia, and all of that. So yes, for persons with low iron and so on and so forth, they can definitely use it. Because it is going to regulate the mitochondria. Because a lot of times your body is designed to make the amount of iron that is necessary and needed. So basically, you want to it will help it to get into equilibrium and regulate it and so on. Yeah, so it does work for that.
I have a sister. She has to take injections because her iron is so low.
Yeah, because sometimes, listen, we've seen a person one time, and we did not even us in the hospital were surprised that she never dropped down and or passed out or something. Her iron level was constantly below 5, between 4 and 5. And for
And what it's
females,
supposed to
it is
be.
supposed to be 12 to 16 up there somewhere.
Whoa. Wow.
So we were like, what? How is it? And then a lot of times then for pregnancy, if we're going to do when we're going to do C-section, it has to be up there, 12 plus. And a lot of times the persons come in very much like 8, 9. And would you believe that the gynecologist just tell them, listen, the quickest way to get your iron up, callaloo, beetroot.
Yeah.
So they do that, and within a week they come back in and they're ready for the surgery. But callaloo, beetroot, and for those of us from Jamaica, sour tamarind.
Mm.
I don't know what it's called in other Caribbean islands, but tamarind is very. Oh, it's called the same. Okay, so it's really good to bring your stuff back up, and for those who are trying to get their they're pregnant and they're like right there, and we need to righten the uterus so that the contractions can start. When you open up your hand, that spot between your thumb and that pointer finger, just massage it. Just massage it, and it will really help to ripen the uterus. And the other thing that you can do is thyme. Just get them to drink a couple of cups of thyme tea, and in no time they're ready to go. All right, so those things work.
Wow. I got some from Yvette. It's been there for a while. Duotrov. I don't know what that means. How does it help? Oh, how does it help the eyes? Can this technology help?
Well, the eye is one of those two organs. They have the most mitochondria. They have a lot of mitochondria, and so once you start building up back and rejuvenating the mitochondria, then the mitochondria now start dealing with the stuff that it needs to deal with, because now the mitochondria is back to having a lot of power again, a lot of energy. And so we start getting rid of the free radical damage, getting rid of the oxidative stress, and getting rid of all those kind of stuff. And especially persons who live in the Caribbean, you guys need to start wearing the ultraviolet dark glasses in the sun, because this heat is crazy, and a lot of people are having all kind of eye problems because of that as well. And that's what's causing some of the cataracts. That's what's causing some of the glaucoma. That's what's causing some of the dry eye diseases, because the temperature is just crazy, and you're having the sunlight hitting directly on your eyes. That can be problematic. So you need to start getting those UV. So just don't buy any old pair of dark glasses. Get one with UV protection.
Oh, doctor. Because you know people do that, eh? They
Yeah.
find something in the attic and they're wearing it.
No, that's just like that's basically a waste of time. Just get one with the UV protection, and especially us in the Caribbean, because it seems like the sun has come down a little bit lower to the earth. It's just hot.
Okay. Okay. And okay. Oh, Joe's asking some questions here. She she wants to know what the callaloo is. I'm just telling her it's a family of spinach, right? So with
Spinach and callaloo is two different things, but they're basically in the same family. But there is a difference in the iron content, and there's a difference in the way the body breaks down the nutrients that it gets from both of them. It's a little bit different.
yeah, so as I said, it's a family of spinach. So the callaloo serves more is it because it's so high in fiber? Is that
No, the
what it
callaloo
is?
basically it how it works is that it gets into the bloodstream
Right.
quicker. You know, like when you eat like when you talk about glycemic index.
Mm-hmm.
So the callaloo actually is not the same. It's not glycemic index, but it's the same mechanism of action, where more of the nutrients and the iron from the callaloo gets into the blood at a higher level than the iron from the spinach. And the other thing also that really helps beetroot. So here's the deal. I know folks, we talk about it already, and folks explain how to do it. When you buy the beetroot, you need to have it within the same time that you do it, because you don't want it to get too much oxygen in it. Oxygen, as great it is for our body, it does change the chemical nature of a lot of stuff. So you don't want to do your beetroot and refrigerate it, and you want to do it and have it now, because it's more potent that way.
Okay.
Angela Ferguson. I'm asking, he said 3 items: callaloo, beetroot. Oh, they're the callaloo, beetroot, and tamarind.
Miss Ferguson, that's my mom's maiden name. Doesn't mean because you're family you can't raise your hand. Go ahead and speak, please, Angela. Angela Ferguson. Oh, that was a mistake too. Okay. All right. So let's get back to
Okay,
where
let
the
me deal with
action.
this one. So, good afternoon. I have type 2 diabetes, stage 3 kidney disease, fatty liver, high cholesterol, hypertension, fibromyalgia, and thyroid cancer. Whew. You took both thyroids out? Last time I checked, we only have one.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, what I would love to know. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
I have a problem that I needed to get a hip replacement, and really now I'm in severe pain, have problem walking and all that. With the anything would help with the pain that would help me with the walking, or I have poor circulation in my legs.
All right.
What would-
So the These three products are, especially the Rejuvenate, the ointment, it really does help. A lot of the persons come to us with testimonials about how it has gotten rid of the pain, because majority of the time pain is due to inflammation, and these things are anti-inflammatory. And so once we get rid of the inflammation, we'll get rid of the pain. The poor circulation now, it does help with that, but it would also help if you can help it. Not sure what country you're calling from, but if you could get a I'm trying to get the name of it. There's a thing that you can put your feet on, and it oscillates and really kind of give your foot bottom a nice massage, and it also helps with the circulation of the blood. Because sometimes you need to add a little something in order to really help out the products to do what they need to do. So sometimes we need to do that.
Right now, but I have the bone, my thigh bone and my groin bone is rubbing, and it's very painful. I can walk.
No, man, you need to get the Rejuvenate and start going crazy with it 5-6 times a day. Because we have persons who have had bone and bone arthritis, and they are okay now. Or they are, even if they're not okay, the pain has been relieved a lot.
So they Rejuvenate?
Especially the Rejuvenate, yeah, that's the one that works with that. It actually, the person starts seeing that the ligaments and the tendons and all of those stuff start to regrow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how much that cost? What the price of that would cost? That's the one you get the three containers of, or?
Well, it's $60 per container. So you talk to the person that brought you to the call, and then since that is the one you want to concentrate on, we can do the bundle that comes with 4 of those, and yeah, that can work with it.
So would that work for someone who have like the skin turned dark, the face and neck and all those?
It does, and that's why I tell people to go look at the testimonials, because there are testimonials in the chat room, in the website, in the back office, that gives almost everything that you're dealing with. There has been a couple of testimonies about that.
Okay.
Okay, great.
So back to Miss Williams now. Okay, let me go based on testimonials and stuff for you. Type 2 diabetes, yes, persons have used it and have gotten off their stuff. Have gotten off their diabetic medication. Or if they haven't gotten off totally, some of them has it greatly reduced. We have one gentleman who was at, I think it was either 3 or 4. He was on dialysis for over 9 years. He was going to dialysis clinic 3 times per week. Last time, about 3 months ago, he was down to just 1 time per week, and he started peeing again from his penis instead of in a pee-pee bag and all of that kind of stuff. Now you have removed the thyroid, so you're gonna have to remain on the levothyroxine for a while. The products have anti-cholesterol and anti-hypertensive properties, and fibromyalgia. We talk about it, how it helps with that because of the anti-inflammatory properties that it has. But in your case, based on everything that you have just listed here, yeah, you're gonna have to be very very intentional and very aggressive with this, because it is, you're trying to get back your good health over. And in your case, it's not gonna be a quickie. It's gonna take some time, but it will restore most and slow down the progression of these diseases.
Okay. Joyce is asking what the time T used for. That she missed that.
Well, the time T is used for persons who are delayed labor. Like they come in ready to have the baby, but there's no dilation going on there. It's like it's maybe stuck at 3 or 4 centimeters on now. You get some time T, and in no time, boom.
Wow. Can you imagine that? Wow. Okay. I think we're slowing down here to the point of saying I think it's time for me to direct the call back over to Dr. Campbell, going once, going twice, and I think we're going to do it now. Okay, great. So, oh,
Hey,
there's a
great.
micro. See, when you don't open when you just open your microphone, I don't know if it's an accident or not. If somebody don't see you. You gotta raise your hand when you want to speak. So now, okay. So did you want to speak? Your microphone is open.
Joy at Harris, I am not understanding the question.
Okay, just fine.
Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. I'm sorry. Good evening, Marva. Good evening, doctor. It's for I'm sorry, doctor. I just finished the statement. It's for the time T. Any specific regimen when you're pregnant or to take it,
Because
please?
this is not for don't take it when you're pregnant. You're going to premature labor. You have to wait until it's for a specific purpose, reason. When the person has gotten to the point, they're being called in, the contractions are there, but they're
Oh,
not dilated. So don't
okay.
take it when you're pregnant. It will put you into premature labor.
Oh, I see. When you're about to have the baby.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I just want to point out again for anybody who wants to speak, you gotta raise your hand. I don't know if I've had 3, 4 flashes on that people's microphone are coming on. You're not allowed to turn it on when the doctor is speaking and speaking to somebody. So if you want to speak, please raise your hand, or I'm gonna give it over to Dr. Campbell now. Anybody?
Did
Okay.
is it Mr. Dawkins? Say good evening. He just wants you to greet us. Okay, probably Mr. Dawkins just
I
wants you to
see
greet.
Hopeton's mic is open.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, this is Hopton, otherwise called Stretch.
So Stretch,
Good.
you didn't hear about raising your hand, sir? It sounds like you're tall, because you didn't call it Stretch, right?
Certainly.
I can still reach you. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, please.
Okay, the question I'd like to ask, for persons with pacemaker, what would the effect be to the heart and the pacemaker if that person should start taking the product?
We're just building up the mitochondria, which is going to bring the heart back to equilibrium. The effects of that is going to be that, yes, we have to kind of understand what the pacemaker does. So the pacemaker basically give the heart the electrical function that it needs in order for it to fire, so that it can go into so that we can have that nice, what you call it, wave, ECG wave there. So the pacemaker is usually in the atrium, and then it sends the electrical signal and so on and so forth. So once you get to the point where they're all in sync and equilibrium, we don't have to worry about it too much anymore. So the pacemaker will not be adversely affected.
Okay, so it would remain in the body just the same.
Until you go back to your cardiologist and they will look at it and they will realize that everything the heart is firing independent of the pacemaker, then they will take it out.
As I have a person that is interested in the product, she said that her battery should go dead somewhere in October.
Yeah, but then again, you need time for, especially the heart that has gotten such a hard worker. It is a good time now to start. Well, October is, yeah, it's a good time now to start, 4 weeks away, and to see how that goes.
Okay, all right. I will let her know about that part of it.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Thank
Good night.
you.
You're welcome. Good night, Stretch.
Good. Take care.
Valmore.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else, please raise your hand and close your microphone, please, because Valmore's about to speak.
I'm sorry. How do you raise your hand again? I'm sorry.
Oh, the reaction button. Press that,
Oh,
and it will give you the option to do
all
so.
right. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, please, Valmore. You can open your microphone again. Valmore, change your mind? Okay. So we're gonna skip over you then, Valmore. Before I do that, I'm gonna ask you to get open your microphone. I'll give you a signal. No, Joyette, please go ahead. Joyette?
Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Dr. Samuel, pertaining to the SAM tea, is there a specific regimen to drink it during that period of pregnancy? During the
No, you
time
just
when
no. Once you get there and you know that your water break and it's time, you can take it at that particular time. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
just a piece of time in so you just steep it and then you can drink it. Just drink it like that.
All right, okay. When I was pregnant, this is what helped me also with my contractions was raspberry leaf tea.
Okay.
I drank a lot of raspberry leaf tea, yes.
No, but this one, like I said before, this one is not you don't drink the time tea while you're pregnant. You don't want to go to premature labor, so you
No.
want to drink it after the water break.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's true. Right. With mine, you're right. So that's the difference. With mine, it was before my water broke.
Mm-hmm.
It helped with the contractions. So that's the
Oh, okay.
difference. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I see Valmore hand is still up, but he's not opening his mic. Okay, there it
Yes,
is.
good
Go ahead,
night.
please. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Um, I opened my mind because I'm very excited. I want
No,
to say
you're
thanks to.
no, you open your mic because you're disobedient. Background
Okay,
background noise
all right.
interrupt the calls. That's
I
why we
I'm
ask.
s-
Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry about that. Uh,
Go ahead.
I did something.
Mhm.
That I thought that I've done the wrong thing, but it worked. I mixed a little bit of the rejuvenate with the restore, and
Mhm.
and put it under my tongue. I went to bed. I've done it about 3 consecutive nights, and to be frank, I am on the metformin. I've been taking metformin for a long while,
Mhm.
and I decided to use the mixture, and I put it under my tongue. Went to bed, woke up in the morning, and checked my sugar. And would you believe me? It was 3.5, and it used to be somewhere about in the double digit. So my I got frightened, and I said, let me call back and find out on this call if I did the wrong thing, because it works really. Should I continue to do that, or just to take the restore the way in which it ought to be taken? What is your idea? What's your thought on that?
My instructions and my what I would say about that is you did it and it worked, and whatever works, let it work. Anything to get off that nasty metformin in about 2 to 3 months, I would say go for it.
Well, I've been stopped taking it from yesterday, and I
I
checked this
don't
morning.
want
It was
you to stop taking it by yourself, and I want your doctor to tell you so you can stop.
all right. All right. That's reasonable.
Oh, okay.
Reasonable. However, I'm very elated from what I'm hearing, and the product are very good. Persons who
And
I
just
signed
to
on
just to
purchase
back up
that.
what you're saying there, just to agree with you on what you did there, because um the rejuvenate persons actually use it as their toothpaste, and so by putting them together
Okay.
and putting them on the sublingually, what happened there, it goes direct into the bloodstream, both of them. Just so it's going to be extremely efficacious, and that is why you're seeing the results that you're seeing.
And I realized also now that I am having burst of energy.
Hmm.
I stood up today and I preached for 40 minutes, of which I have never been doing for a long time because I removed 2 organs from my body. I my one of my kidney and my gallbladder, 2010, 2012, respectively. And I have been putting myself under certain strain because I don't want to speak a long time. But I had this energy today that I had to call back myself and said, listen, slow down, don't overdo it. But this product is doing tremendously well for me.
Listen, the scientists went and asked He said he went on his knees and he asked how to do the formulation. So yes,
That's
I
right.
am.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is what is happening. You know, just to back up what you said there, I remember another preacher was on one of the calls and he was giving his testimony. He was actually saying, you know, somebody did him something which before taking these products, it would be so easy for him to get upset and use whatever verbiage he has to use. But he was almost at the
Hmm.
point where he had to be trying to get upset at the person. Like he was almost forcing himself to get upset at the individual that did him the displeasure. So yeah, it really helped. It's a mood enhancer, and now it's taking your preaching to another level. You know, let God have his way and just keep taking it.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Keep praying for us.
Thank you. Faith, seventh day. Go ahead and open your microphone, please. Faith, seventh day.
7 Day Church of God.
You can open your mic now, please. Your mic is on the left. You're using your phone, bottom left.
Okay, I can
There
hear
you
you
go.
now. Okay.
Okay,
Let
go
me
ahead.
let me get the question for you. 1 minute. It's about recurring kidney stones. Um, how people? What about people who have frequent kidney stones? Can they have and beets?
Kalaloo?
Oh
Callaloo
yes,
and
they,
beets.
oh definitely they can do that. But this product will also help them to stop producing so many kidney stones either, because there's a underlying reason why the kidney stones are being produced.
And what would you say are the underlying conditions?
So there is so they could be an under or overproduction of calcium, so which means that some organs and hormones in the body needs to be regulated, and that is what they renew and they restore does. So it helps to regulate your hormones, deal with those organs that are causing you to have less or more calcium.
Mm. Wow.
Okay. All 1 minute.
She's the she tell us what to do. She's the boss.
Oh, we're up at sauce.
Any more questions?
Mm.
No. Okay. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for chiming in.
So
Yeah.
either
Let's
hyper or hypocalcemia can cause kidney stones.
Hyper or hyper
Hyper or hypocalcemia. Too much
calcemia. Okay.
calcium or too little calcium.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Man, I've seen some stones one time. Those things were so pretty. They look like you could sell them as jewelry.
They look like crystals.
Yes, they were pretty. But
Oh,
yeah.
Mm. Okay, so I'm going to take my hand down because I don't remember what the
How
question
do I
was.
take my hand down?
Oh, I
Marva will
could do
take
that
it up
for
for
you.
you.
Oh,
Um,
lower hand. Okay.
sorry, Marva,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
there's a Vendrix, is it Headley? That does have the hand up. I don't know if they don't know how to open their microphone and so on. But just in case they wanted to ask a question, could you see if you could facilitate them for me?
Yes.
Vendrix Headley.
Yes. Go ahead, open your mic, please.
Yeah, no, but I don't think I was called to. Anyway, it was kind of the same. Honestly, I do have a sister in Jamaica. She have a bad kidney stone, really bad, and causes her a lot of pain. So, well, I hear you said that the three products would be good to help to remove that kidney stone.
Yeah. Does she I wish she was here. Does she get thirsty easily?
If she do what? Oh yes,
Get
and she's
yeah.
also diabetic too.
That's exactly where I was going with that. So she needs to be hyperperfused. She need to have a yes, she need to get her water intake going. But however, these 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 triple threat medication here will help to regulate what's going on with the kidney and help her to stop producing those stones. Because listen, there are some of them that has a jagged edge,
Mm,
man. And
mm,
so especially when they are going, if they are coming down and they are going over the pelvic bone,
mm. Pain.
God, that's like baby pain.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get
Thank
the
you.
hormones regulated and get the kidney stuff operating properly, yes, we can And sometimes some of those stones as well, it's not just in kidney that they're gonna have the stones forming, they're gonna have them in the gallbladder. And now those ones can cause jaundice and they can cause all kind of other problems too. So you can have cholecystitis, choleodochocystitis. So it depends on where in the biliary tree that the stone is.
Okay.
Mhm.
So once you start do these products, it is gonna help her. So to
It will
speak.
definitely help to regulate the hormones and to because your body was not made to produce stones. So it means that something is off while the stones are being produced. So once you get the body back into equilibrium, it will stop producing stones.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doc.
You're welcome.
Great, thank you. So doctor, I want to ask you a question. I saw something recently about a person's body just get hard and frozen, like it's and very painful, like hard like a rock. And then they give them something and they'll just relax after, and then can move around as usual.
Yeah, there's so there are those kind of conditions. I forgot the name of it right now, but it does happen from time to time. You just freeze up, and it's like, for example, we talked about the other day with the vagina, because I went and did some more reading in it. Like some person's vagina is just at the point where it doesn't matter what happened, it just stiffen up, stiff, and nothing can get in there, and then after a while it just relax and so on and so on. Yeah, so whenever there are hormonal imbalances, and sometimes these are actually mental stuff. Sometimes these are actually something that's happening between the two ears. That's really what causes that. And so you have to teach different techniques of relaxation and so on and so forth.
Well, I was seeing it. It was like she was screaming. It was it says Celine Dion. They say has it, and they're doing it on
Yeah,
TikTok and she's
she
screaming.
had that. Yes, Celine Dion had that muscular problem. Yeah, but now she's okay now.
Okay, I thought it was something that goes away and come back. Okay.
In some cases it goes and comes, but a lot of times there's medication to deal with it. Justin Bieber just had something like that the other day too. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty.
Doc,
So we're gonna.
quite a few persons, you say, Dr. Samuel, in relation to autism. A few persons are on the call. Just wanted to know what sort of hope the police can give them for their children, etc., who may be autistic. Are you able to take a minute and say anything about that, please and thanks?
All right. So with the autism spectrum disorder, it works just the same way. Like those kids who are mute, the mutism kids, the ones who are now talking, who weren't talking before. Like, so remember we have a 7-year-old, and the other day we had a 9-year-old who was mentioned some words at 2-year-old, and then for about 7 years they didn't mention anything. It is actually going to help them because number one, we're dealing with the hormones. So we're gonna fix the hormonal imbalances that they have. Then we're dealing again now with the glands. So once we get the mitochondria in those glands going and the hormones are flowing properly as they ought to, it's going to help to regulate the body function. It's going to help to regulate the body fluids. So those hormones that are causing them to be having these autism issue, autism spectrum disorder, the learning disorders and all of that kind of stuff, over time, they're going to find out that they get calm, they start calming down, and now that they're gonna start getting regulated again, because there's two things in the body that we have to that the body talks about, and it's called positive feedback and negative feedback. So with those kids with the autism, when the hormones and the glands are producing these hormones, instead of having that negative feedback to bring it back down into equilibrium, it just keep producing. So now we have to do something about it. So could I just say this and maybe persons will understand? It's like if you're having sex and you climax, there has got to be something to bring you back down to earth. What if you were just climaxing for like 10, 15, 20, an hour at a time during that? So that's basically would be just laughing and everybody else running wondering what's wrong with this person. So we need now a mechanism that we call negative feedback to bring them back. So once we get the body and the hormones into balance, then it will now bring them back and they'll start operating the way they have to operate. I don't know if that makes sense.
But
Thank you
these
for the call.
children, they get violent and throw things and
So now they're going to be calm. They are going to be calm because the positive feedback is just going. The positive feedback, but we need to bring it back down. Because all of these hormones work together. And so when one gets going, once it accomplishes what it needs to accomplish, it needs to stop. But it cannot stop itself. So it needs another hormone over here to come in and tell it.
Okay. Now, I'm my grandson is autistic, and he's actually a level 2 on the spectrum, and he's actually a genius. Like he's taught himself like 18 languages.
Listen,
However,
here is the problem. Here's the problem with
Mhm,
these kids. A lot of
mhm,
times you will find them as night persons. They don't like company. They don't like hanging around with
mhm,
nobody. But
right.
when they lock onto a particular thing, you can't stop. You give them the toughest jigsaw puzzle. That would probably take you and me a week to finish.
Yeah.
They will wake up in the middle of the night and go finish it before daylight.
Yeah.
And then they get bored because they have accomplished this. What I need, they always need. And so when there's nothing else for them to do, then they'll get upset and irritated. But this
Yeah.
is why we now need this technology in their bodies so that the hormones that are not operating, and that is how we get some of those diseases where the body attacks itself and those rheumatoid diseases and all of that. So we need to get the hormones working properly so that now, once the mission is accomplished, then the negative feedback kicks in and brings the body back into equilibrium. All right.
So
That's
sorry, is there a
go ahead.
link between early vaccination for children, and autism?
When you say early vaccination, where
Well,
you going?
well, there's a certain period that everybody that I speak to about it, they said that's when there's a vaccination. They said they don't think that that covering over the child's brain has been in place yet, and so that's what they think. I don't know how true it is. They talk to their doctors about it or not, but they think it's offset by one of the vaccination that the child would get early, one of the early
Okay, so your
vaccination.
grandson, could I ask you a question? How old is he?
He's now 8.
He's now 8. How old is his mom?
I'm not sure. 30 something right now.
Like, what is the something?
Early.
Early 30s?
Because my son is 36, and
Okay.
so she's younger.
She's younger than him. Okay. Is this the first child?
Yes.
Was she taking her you're gonna say you don't know either, but was she taking her folic acid?
I don't even know what that goes for. But I know
Maternal.
that oh, okay. No, well, I know she has some mental issues that should be on medication for.
Okay. So that could also be a part of the problem.
Okay.
So an old womb can be a part of the problem. What is an old womb? An old womb is a womb over 30 years old that have not given birth. That's an old womb. Anybody who is 30 years old and doesn't have a child, your gynecologist will tell you you're gonna have a high risk pregnancy. And
Okay.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah, she had the child. She had her child before 30.
before 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Adele, thank you so much for your patience and waiting. Go ahead and open your microphone.
Yes, good evening, everybody. My name is Adele. My question is on if the MoreMito products can help to reduce weight.
Yes, they do help to reduce weight because there's documented benefits of weight loss from the MoreMito product. So remember now, the mitochondria is being energized. Once the mitochondria is energized, then now your metabolism is going to kick in and start working properly. And once your metabolism is getting back to normal, then you're going to start burning fat. So you're going to have healthy weight loss. So it does help with that.
Okay.
But you need to help it. You need to do a little bit of exercise. You need to do some walking. You need to get rid of some of the crazy food out of your diet and so on and so on. Intermittent fasting will also help too when it goes with that. So you make your last meal is like before 8 o'clock and you don't have your next meal until about 10, 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Thanks.
folks, don't listen to the foolishness from our great grandparents that you need a hot cup of tea in the morning in order to do this and in order to do that, because you have to burst the gas off your
Boss
stove
the
and all
gas.
that. That is one bag of foolishness. So help us, Jesus. So as we learn, we adapt and we adjust and we go forward and so on and so forth. All right. Yes.
Okay, so
Thank
we
you.
we know that we have to get off this platform very, very soon, probably too long already. Can we just answer about the hernia and the hemorrhoids and
All right. So hernia, hemorrhoids, you can massage the hemorrhoids with the restore rejuvenate and they will actually be reduced. I've seen stuff with that, because that is basically what the anusol does, and but this is more potent. And the other thing that this is going to do with the hemorrhoids is that it is going to rebuild and restore the damaged tissue there, unlike the those hemorrhoid stuff that you push up there. So that is one thing with the hemorrhoids. That's what it's gonna do. I didn't. Oh wow, so many questions came up. So the hemorrhoids. So make sure that your everything is clean and all of that. You put it on your finger and you just put it there and just massage them nicely, 2, 3, 4 times a day, and then all of a sudden you'll find those hemorrhoids will go away and so on. Now, for persons who are dealing with hernias and so on, depend on the hernia. One of the things you don't want with your hernia, you don't want them to become incarcerated or strangulated. That can be a problem. So what you want to do is to strengthen that muscle there. So right in your groin there, when you have your inguinal hernia, it just simply means that the muscle there in that Hasselbalch triangle has gotten weak, and so your small intestine is coming down through there. That is what a hernia is. So if you do have it, you might want to get it repaired as soon as possible. And then you also have other hernias in places. You can have an umbilicus hernia, where the small intestines start poking up right there where your navel is, and then you can have a real nasty one, and this is where that hernia start going up through your diaphragm. Folks, that one could be a beast, because when the intestines start going up through the diaphragm, guess what it's going to start doing? It's going to start compressing your lungs. You're going to have shortness of breath, and this is basically a medical emergency. All right, so how do you do that? For those of us who are not dealing with it now, we need to start strengthening those muscles. Do some sit-ups, do some exercise, get those muscles strong, get them strengthened as you go along. All right. But for the hernias, yes. So for the hernias, you can actually not the for those the hernias and the hemorrhoids, you can actually get rid of them by just massaging them and so on. Make sure that your use of gloves if necessary, and that everything is clean and you massage. You don't want them to start bleeding. And then the other thing you don't want to happen to your hemorrhoids is that if they start bleeding and when you poo, then all the bacteria from the poo get in them, that bacteria get in your blood, then you start dealing with sepsis, and then you have to start dealing with antibiotics and all of that. And if you don't get those hernias sorted out over time, you're going to have to go do surgery. And those are some of the most painful things to deal with. Because now you get the surgery, you as a man, you have to start wearing a pad and all of that. So yeah, you want to try to stop it before you get to that point. So if you're constantly constipated, get your Restoralax, get your Dulcolax, get your Metamucil, and just help your body. And just start eating food with more fiber. Become fiber conscious, and so that then now that your body get your nuts, get your walnuts, get your peanuts. Hopefully you don't have any peanut allergy. Get your almond and get your callaloo, and every now and then you go to the health food store and you just buy one of those teas that will give you a flush every now and then. You don't want to drink it every day, but maybe every 2, 3 months you want to do that, just to keep things moving. All right.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna run out of here. Before we go, we have one last statement, and Dr. Campbell and myself, we're not gonna feel jealous. But anyway, somebody say, "I love this doctor." And I just want to say to her, what about the guinea and the egg? All right, she know what that mean. Okay. So I'm gonna
And yes, and
direct
somebody chime in and said okra. Okra is extremely good. It is really, really good for more things than one. Okra also helps you if you're dealing with high cholesterol issue. Okra also helps you if you're dealing with sugar issue. And it helps with the lining of the stomach, and it helps to move things along, move things along, move things along. So yeah, and even with okra, you can just wash it and eat it. You don't even need to
Yeah.
cook. You can just wash it and eat it. And if you're dealing with parasites, get a couple of teaspoon of the papa. People, most person call it papaya. Get a couple
Yes.
of teaspoon of the papa seed, just blend it and drink it.
Yeah.
Man, those parasites, just hold your nose and just take it like, those youngsters nowadays taking their shots. You just do it like that.
I can't
And
even look at that thing.
yeah, next thing you know, your toilet will be messier than it is right now. So yeah, you can do
Bloody.
that.
Okay. So let me direct the call over to Dr. Clive Campbell.
Yes,
Okay. Thank you
thank
so much,
you so
Dr.
much, Lady
Samuel.
Marva. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
sir.
Dr. Samuels. Earlier, I said that Dr. Samuels is the most comprehensive doctor that I've ever met, and I think you are coming to the same conclusion. I don't know how many doctors I've ever been to that I could ask the doctor some of these questions and get some of these incredible answers. One place alone. And I believe
One
that
stop.
we have to be grateful we
Yeah.
can get these questions answered before the doctor starts to send us a bill. So make
Mhm.
use of it. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much, Lady Marva. Thank you,
You're
Sir
welcome, sir.
Townsend. Thank you, everyone who asked a question, everyone who made a comment, everyone that attended, everyone who invited a guest, every guest that attended. Thank you so much. And next time we do this, Wednesday evening, 7:30 Jamaica time. If the Lord tarries and our lives are spared, continue to bring your friends out. Last week, Wednesday, we had Testimonial Wednesday, and oh my, what a night it was. We're going to have some testimonies. We're going to have Dr. talking again. I'm going to have you here. It's going to be a special, special evening on Wednesday night. So thank you so much. Here is where we close. We have gone a couple hours well, but we thank you all for making it happen. You're something, Marva?
No.
Okay. Yeah, somebody say it is comprehensive and clear. Thanks, Doc. Say thank you, Doc. God bless you. Well, Doc, what a blessing you have here, sir. You shall live as long as you want. You're not going to want as long as you live. Bless you.
Amen.
Thank you. So we are going to close with prayer, and we are going to say, thank you, Father, for your goodness. Thank you for MoreMito. Thank you for Dr. Elliott. Thank you for the technology. Thank you for a second chance, new hope to cope. Bless every family, all families represented, especially those who are children and the elderly. God, help us, help us, help us. We cry to you. Let's dismiss us with your grace, your love, and your mercy. We say thanks in Jesus' name. Amen. Bless you.
Amen. Prayer is good. It's a blessing.
Amen.
It's a powerhouse
Amen.
right here. Powerhouse.
Hey,
Thanks be to God. I can't keep quiet. I have to say it. Hallelujah. Holy
God is
God.
good.
Thank
God be
God. Thank God.
praised.
Thank God.
Amen. Bless the Lord.
Amen.
All right. Take care,
Good
everybody.
night, everyone. Take good now. Take your medication. That's what we call it now, man. This is our medication. But we know what
Mhm.
it is. But because
Mhm.
I cannot say this last words ago, ensure that you have these product technology in your cupboard and in your medicine cabinet because it's going to prevent you from making emergency visits to the clinic, hospital, possibly even the ER room. It's like having a doctor in your cupboard and a medicine and a pharmacy and a health food store all in one. You bless it, you get it, you take it, you bless it, you rub it, and see what God does with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, have it on stock, not only to take, but in an emergency. Bless you. Thank you for allowing me to get that in. Have a good night
Okay.
now.
Great. Have a wonderful night too, Sandra. Take care. Love y'all. Mwah.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.